Hello, everyone. I will give us a couple of seconds more until people are joining our Facebook Live today. Today, we are going to talk about Camp Identity, the program that is very exciting for me specifically. And we have a very special person with us today, Maria from America House Kyiv. She will present the program, Camp Identity program. Hello, Maria.
Hi, Alexander. Thank you for inviting me. I'm looking forward to see more applicants from Moldova to the program.
Oh yes, yes. This is so exciting because this is the first project that I'm actually participating in as a co-host, co-organizer. So it's a big virtual project, exchange program for everyone who is interested in policy making, diplomacy, cultural exchange. I mean, it's all in the name, Camp Identity. We are going to talk about the identity, how it is influenced by the history, by the heritage that we have, how our personal identity is created, and how the whole nation identity is created. So I think we gave enough time for everyone, and I'm gonna start sharing my screen right now. And Maria, please tell me if no one will be able to see it, and if the slides are going. So I will need your help. Let's see. So let me do this. Okay, so hopefully everyone sees it, right?
Yeah, everything works well.
Okay, so as I told you, this is a virtual program. Camp Identity is a virtual program where we will explore the history, culture, and ancestry from our personal and collective identities with Identity Camp. We organized this together with America House Kyiv in collaboration with us, Moldova, American Spaces in Georgia as well. So it was like a three parts project, and we will examine shifting paradigms, exchange experience, and explore your identity together with participants, obviously from Ukraine, from Moldova, Georgia, and United States. So throughout the virtual program Camp Identity, we will engage with researchers, diplomats, cultural experts, policy specialists, and diverse voices and peers from 4 countries to examine how is one identity formed and how many identities can be in person, the influence of geography, climate, geopolitics, mass media, popular culture, and propaganda on self identity and outside perceptions, and how youth across Georgia, Ukraine, Moldova, and the United States see themselves in and articulate their nation in the cultural identities today. So let's go to the program structure. So through this program, I don't like to put a lot of text on the screen, so most of the text I wrote to myself. So I'm going to read to you the details, and feel free to stop me and ask your questions, by the way, in the comment section below. And Maria, also feel free to add anything if it will be necessary. So the structure of the program will help you to create a better network throughout the camp. Participants will engage with like-minded people with various backgrounds and from different countries. Also, you will start, at least you will practice thinking outside of the box. So participants will uncover new points of view and share their own challenges, their assumption, and search for fresh perspectives. Because when we are talking about identity, you definitely, specifically right now, you need to think outside of the box. Otherwise, we will just be stuck in the past. Okay, we will. Besides that, we will also search for the solutions, which is very important. Search for pragmatic solutions using experience gained through virtual interactions. And of course, because there will be participants from different countries, there will be an exchange culture aspect in this. So through group discussions and one-on-one talk, participants will engage with representatives of culture different from their own, developing their competence. So you will interact with each other via Zoom, but about this, Maria will tell you more specific. But let's go right now a little bit further. So the schedule, because mostly we received several questions about the schedule, when it's going to be, how it's going to be. So if in general, we are going to talk in general, it will start, if you will, of course, get accepted, it will start in November 9th at 18:30. There will be a first camp identity opening ceremony. It will be an open discussion with the guest speakers. We will have four of those, if I'm not wrong. So we will talk about them also a bit later. So on November 10, we have virtual from November 10 till November 22nd. We have virtual group and one-on-one sessions. So through those, with the counterparts representing their country. So you will talk basically to each other. You will listen to our speakers. You will have your one-on-one sessions. So it's all in the name. So I don't think you will need something specific to explain. And November 23rd, it will be a virtual bonfire night. So participants will engage in group discussions with the guest speaker and diverse group of participants, as well as share their own experience for the program. So I'm talking too much right now. Let's continue with just a simple thing as this QR code. If you are watching this Facebook Live on your computer or on your laptop, feel free to just scan this QR code. You will have all the information about Camp Identity in the written form, and you will also be able to register there. And by the way, the registration link is also in the description for this video, so feel free to check this out. So yeah, for now, I'm gonna stop for a moment, and I'm gonna let my colleague Maria to talk a little bit. So, Maria, thank you for your patience as well. And let's talk a little bit more about the speakers that we have.
Yeah,
Let's start
Alexandra,
with the
thank you.
speaker from yeah.
Thank you for introducing the camp and the general idea. I would only add to the structure that you mentioned. So, because we received also some questions from our participants about the one-on-one or group sessions that will take place through November the 7th till November 23rd. So actually, we expect from you to organize it on your own, and you will be able, participants will be able to choose the best date, time, and platform, and as well as format for these sessions and conversations. You don't need to prepare ahead of time, because we will send you a conversation guide with all of the details as well as questions that you may ask to your counterparts. But still, you have a total freedom to choose topics as well as questions and just general moderate the flow of the conversation on your own. So that's it on the structure. It won't be really difficult, because when we are preparing these camps, we try to make it as much interactive and as much easy as possible for the participants, and of course more user friendly that it could be in virtual reality. But we expect from the participants that they will participate actively in the group discussions, as well as during one-on-one meetings. They will be curious, they will ask their own questions, and they will make the best from this experience. Regarding the speakers, Alexandra, would you like to start with the Moldova speaker?
Okay, now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we will have a very interesting speaker from our side, which is Vadim Pestrinchuk. Some of local viewers might know him. So he, prior to so basically, Mr. Pistrinchuk has been a member of Parliament of Moldova from 2014 till 2019. He served as a deputy minister of, and he has been a member, Deputy Minister of Labor and Social Protection from 2009 until 2012. And he was also a senior advisor to the Prime Minister from 2012 until 2013. So he advised Prime Minister on public administration, reform, political programs, and strategies. So prior to that, Vadim served as an expert project manager and consultant to international organizations like UNDP or UNICEF, and in the areas of the social protection, human rights, public administration reforms, and anti-corruption. So obviously has a lot of information to share, specifically speaking of identity, such a topic as identity. And Mr. Pistrinchuk has a PhD in sociology. In 2019, he worked as a researcher in the European Council of Foreign Relations in Berlin. So, and also as a scholar at the Conrad Foundation. So yeah, he will, at the Chem Identity, he will share his visions of independent Moldova, of our mixed, sometimes lost identities, because we have also a very, let's say, rich history. Let's call it this way. Let's put it this way. And he is going to touch on this very sensitive subject for Moldova as national identity. So yeah, now without giving away too much from his speech, you will just need to join and find out everything that he has to say. But definitely, I'm waiting. Even though he is from Moldova, I'm very I want to know what he's gonna tell about us, because definitely it's gonna be something new, even for local viewers. So yeah, that's in general about our local speaker.
I'm also super excited to hear Mr. Pistrinchuk. And I'll continue telling you about the other speakers, because we have a really wonderful pool of speakers gathered for this program. So from Georgia's side, on November 7th, we'll have Georgi Batridze, who is diplomat, analyst, and commentator. He is ambassador in residence at Georgian Foundation for Strategic and International Studies. On November 7th, he'll give a talk titled I Am Georgian and Therefore I Am European. So as you can understand, he has a career diplomat since 1991, and he has a really bright and really great experience in international relations and in local Georgian politics too. From Ukraine, we will have Mariam Nayam, who is cultural researcher and an artist. Mariam will talk about her personal experience of being a Ukrainian of Afghan origin and will share her perspective on identity. Mariam brings understanding of the cultural context of the Russo-Ukrainian war to English-speaking audiences. She aims to be a bridge between English-speaking audiences and Ukrainians due to her understanding of Ukrainian and Western cultures through her personal experiences. I personally really love her Instagram and Twitter, because she shares lots of updates on everything that's going on in Ukraine and globally, as well as share her own perspective as a cultural researcher on some topics like cultural identity, on Ukrainian history and Ukrainian identity itself. So don't be lazy and go search her Twitter and subscribe to her Twitter and Instagram accounts. And with Mariam on November 23rd, we will have Chris Grant, who is a professor of political science and former Fulbright scholar. Chris holds a PhD and he works as a professor of political science at Mercer University in the United States. His research is focused on the foundations of civic identity in 5 post-Soviet countries: Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. And therefore he'll give a speech on the national identity in Ukraine, Moldova, and Georgia through his American lenses. So I hope that during these sessions, participants will find lots of interesting and new information for them, as well as be really open for asking questions and networking with speakers, because this program is not only about listening, but also about making new connections.
And I think, by the way, you pointed the right, very correct thing, that it's not only about the listening. And my advice for everyone who will participate to be very active during those sessions, to be, there's a thing like active listening. When you ask questions, you find out something new, because, like, you don't have that much opportunity to meet all of those people almost at the same time and talk to them directly. So, I mean, I think it's a nice opportunity to use this and to get as much as possible. But the main thing is to get those very useful connections with those people. Maybe you're a journalist, maybe you're a future diplomat, and to have those people that Maria was talking about right now is like, it will benefit you a lot. Let's say so. Let's put it this way. Okay, so we talked about the program, we talked about the structure. By the way, don't feel free, even if you don't watch this Facebook Live right now, you can leave your questions in the comment section below, and we will leave the answers a bit later. So let's go to the part who can participate and how. So we have, as I told you, like, we have the application form in the description for this video. No matter where you're watching, if you're watching this on YouTube, on Facebook, it's there. We also post or repost from America House Kyiv page their post about the camp identity, so you still have time to apply. The application form is quite simple, nothing too complicated. So you will be able to find those in the links. And don't forget that the deadline is October 30th. So, Maria, who are we looking for? Who will be the participant? Who will let's say, prioritize?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. We're looking for individuals who are really interested in international relations, in policymaking, in culture, in diplomacy, and especially in engaging with Ukrainians, participants from Georgia, Moldova, and the United States. We don't have a really strict age restriction, but it would be more beneficial if you are 15 or above to make the best experience of participating in this program, because sometimes you might be matched with the person who is, I don't know, 45 or 50, and you should be available to share your experience and find something common with others. So if you are 15 or above, please apply. We also welcome participants of different genders, religions, as well as nationalities and ethnicities. So please just check our website, check the registration form, and send us your application. Send us your application. Probably it is the main advice that I will give you throughout this live. And I think, yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, and I think at this point would be really beneficial to share a bit about the application. As Alexander already said, it's really simple. It has only 2 or 3 open-ended questions. Others are just your contact information, but please review these tips from me before you apply. So they are the following. Please double check if you typed your email and phone number correctly, because we need to contact you in case that you're selected to participate in the program. Please make sure you clearly provided your motivation in the application form, because participants will be chosen based on their interest, and we just would like to understand who is the person applying and why he is motivated to do so. For the open questions, There is a question: what does identity mean to you? We don't expect from you a really long essay explaining your understanding of identity. Like 5 to 7 sentences would be really enough. And another question: what do you hope to gain from Camp Identity series? Again, just try to clearly write your motivation and answer just in one sentence. That would be enough for us to understand your personality, and as well just will save our time while we are reviewing lots of applications.
Yeah, thank you very much for explanation. And I think just if we will have some moments, I'm gonna just directly show where people can find, where our audience can find this post and what they will see. So I'm gonna share my screen one more time, just for a second, because it's better to explain sometimes and to show. So okay, so do you see? I think you can see my screen right now. Just a moment. I'm gonna switch it to this page. So on our Facebook page in America House Kyiv, you can see, for example, this post about our speaker. You can go here for more information, as we told you. So you go here, you will see the whole information about the program, about like the details, who are we looking for, and the schedule. So everything is here. It's very clear. So you will know if it's for you. The information about the speakers, even their photos, just if in case if you need those as well. So all the information about the partners, and yeah, so you can register by clicking here, and again, you just go to this form, Google form. Just in case you haven't read attentively, you will again receive the information about the identity camp, about the schedule, because it's very important for you to actually be present or organize this, be active, because I mean you need to get involved. Otherwise, you are just taking someone else's place. Okay, and we are just clicking next, and we are going through this very simple form. Nothing too complicated, as you might tell. Nothing specific that you might not answer. So just go through this, and that's it. And then you just click next, 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 and voila. Nothing too complicated. I think at least for me it isn't, but again, we'll see. We'll see. We have a lot of participants from Moldova as well, which makes me very happy, but we need more. So feel free to just check the pages, go to America House Kyiv, check American Corner Georgia. Maybe you will find something interesting there, and just like look through this whole information and consider participating. So let's go to the tips for the participants. You already started. Just to fill in the form, I told that they probably need to let's say listen actively. Are there any other tips for future participants?
Yeah, the probably the most important tip at this point would be make sure that your internet connection is stable, especially if you're joining from Ukraine or other how to call it, in safe spaces. Please make sure that you have a good internet connection, that you're able to listen and actively participate in the sessions. But if you will drop from the session, it's not a problem at all. We will try to record them, and we will share with everyone who registered and who were chosen to participate in the program, so you won't miss anything. And maybe a personal advice is really as simple as pie. Try to get the best of this opportunity. I know that in COVID times and because of safety reasons, it's really difficult to find meaningful connections offline and online too. So please use this opportunity at the maximum. Try to be curious, try to exchange your contacts. We will also create a networking corner for the participants, so you'll be able to exchange your Instagram, Facebook, email address with others, as well as a few sentences about your personality and maybe your identity, and it will help others to manage to find you and make a long-term connection, because we had really success stories from other programs, from other camps, when people found each other on Instagram and are supporting each other during this difficult time still. So we are really happy and thankful that everything worked well, and we are looking to hear more success stories from this program too.
And speaking of previous programs, why do you think specifically identity is such an important topic right now?
Yeah, so you mentioned correctly. We had 4 camps prior to this program. So we had focused on the topic of liberty, innovations, and change making. And this camp, we decided to build on identity. Firstly, it's interesting from the point of self identification, because in the globalized world where we all use social media, where we all post our stories on Instagram and Facebook, where we all have pretty the same way of life when we are going to work, when we study, when we love, when we hate, I don't know. We are similar, but at the same time we're all super different. And it wouldn't be a secret for me when I'll tell you that the identity brings this uniqueness to all of us. So the idea of creating camp identity is to bring these questions to the participants to explore their own identities and to find answers to some questions like how their identity was formed and what influenced it. And of course, this topic is important in today's world because we are all facing different socio-political events that are happening across the world, not only in Ukraine or other countries. And we understand that different revolutions, different wars, different laws even impact our identities and how we identify ourselves in this global world. So we hope that this program will bring some answers as well as some fresh thoughts to the participants.
Totally agree. So thank you for sharing this information with us and with our viewers. And again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. Even if you have missed this Facebook Live, just go. Even if you're rewatching it, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. I'm reminding you that the application deadline is October 30 until 12 basically, and you can find the application form in the description for this video, but also on our Facebook page at America House Kyiv. It's all over there. On our Instagram page, you can find it in the bio in the top of the screen. You will see the links there. So yeah, it's everywhere. It's not a problem to register. Questions are quite simple, and the topic is really, really important. So if you're interested in policy making and diplomacy, I think the camp identity is for you. Yep. So that's all for now. I'm not going to take more of your time. I think we touched most of the subjects and most of the most popular questions that we received. So yeah, thank you very much, Maria, for finding time for us today.
Thank you, Alexander, for inviting me. The last word from my side would be for participants, don't even hesitate and please apply. We are very much looking forward to see your name among the applicants.
Definitely. So see you in the application form. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. See you in the camp identity. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.